Hey YouTube! Alright, so today I'm going to be filming a video about another college experience and advice video about today's topic is going to be about picking classes and how to act in classes and all that good stuff. Alright, so when it comes to college, you actually pick your classes. It's not like high school. I mean, some people at some high schools were allowed to pick their classes like me, but college is a whole new experience about classes, situations. You don't have assigned seat. You get to choose your own classes, your own professors, and things like that. So when you first get to college, you may not know any upperclassmen, so you may not have anyone to ask about what's the best teacher to take and all of that good stuff. Because if you go to an academic advisor, they're going to tell you all the teachers are good, which is not true by all means. I mean, I haven't had a bad teacher experience yet, but I mean, it's bound to happen. So what a good site is to use is called ratemyprofessor.com. All you do is type that into your search bar, and you, like, say you're taking an English class and there's like 3 different teachers. There's Julie, I don't know, Mr. Rich, there's just a numerous amount of teachers, right? So all you would do is type in your school name and the class that you're gonna have, and then the teacher. Well, actually, you don't even have to do that. You could just scroll down, just type the school name and then the class, like if it's English or math or something like that, and then basically just read up on people's reviews and comments and what they rated the teacher. And by that, you could probably choose, a decent teacher. Sometimes the class ends up being full though, so you end up having to choose a different teacher. So sometimes it doesn't always work out like how you plan it to, but you just got to deal with it. That's college. And then, so after that, it's basically self-explanatory with that. So then you would just go ahead and choose your classes. How most schools work is you get a registration date in a certain time. For instance, last semester, my registration date was, I think, around to register for fall classes for this upcoming year. I think it was maybe around April 20th or something, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. So what you need to do is have your classes ready to just go ahead and click add to my cart, and then you would, like online shopping kind of, you choose what you want and then go ahead and buy the classes. Depending on your school, you may not have to pay for your classes right away. Just depending on your school. For my classes, we didn't have to pay right away. You have time. You could still get into the class. You just had to pay within a certain time frame. So with that, all you have to do is you have to be on it. You have to have backup plans just in case your class gets full or waitlisted. To me, I don't recommend taking waitlisted classes because waitlisted means that the class is full, but there's people drop out of classes, but not all the time. And so you need to have backup plans. I say if you're more than number 2, if you're number 1 on the wait list and number 2 on the wait list, go ahead and go for it. But if you're past that, I say have a backup plan, choose another class right away that you're guaranteed a spot in. Your school was going to explain it more and how they work with that, but I'm just saying how my experience was and how my school works. I chose not to take any waitlisted classes. Don't even go for it. I don't care what number I am because I don't want to take that chance. So I think that's all basically about choosing classes. It's basically like online shopping. You choose the classes you want. You can check out Rate My Professor if you want or not. I didn't use Rate My Professor my first year, and I just had all good teachers. This second year, I did use Rate My Professor, and we're just going to see how it turns out this year with my classes. Let's see, what's next? When you get into the class, you don't have assigned seats. It's not like high school, not like elementary or middle school. You get to choose where you want to sit. I recommend sitting in the first or second row. I personally do not recommend sitting in the back because you're going to talk. You're not going to pay attention. You're allowed to bring your laptops to class in college. You're going to be surfing the web and all of that. I mean, even if you're sitting in the first or second row, you might still do that, but it's not as I can't figure out the word I'm looking for, but most likely you're not going to really do that when you're sitting in the first and second row because the teacher will kick you out of their class if you're not paying attention. a teacher can drop you from the class if they don't like how you're acting. You can drop out of the class if you don't like the teacher or the class, but it's up to you and all of that and how you choose to go during your college experience. Another thing to talk about, basically, like I said, sit in front of the class. Another thing is, do not cheat on homework, tests, or anything like that, because college is so strict on that. You will get kicked out of the school if they find out you cheated on a test or homework or anything like that. So best bet, do not cheat. And also, a lot of colleges use this thing called Turnitin.com, and what that is basically when you have a paper to write, some type of homework assignment, you have to put it on there, and it compares your paper to everything on the internet, everything that has been submitted, everyone who has wrote a paper like that and submitted it to Turnitin.com. So they will find out if you're cheating or not, because it's going to have a comparison. And most teachers do, like, if it's more than 25% compared to another student or another online source, then it's plagiarism. You're cheating, and you're going to get submitted to the dean's list, or not dean's list, you're going to be sent to the dean's office, and from there, it's pretty much downhill for you. So I recommend do not cheat. It's not a good thing. I think that's basically all about choosing classes and my advice on where to sit in classes, how to act in classes, and pretty much things like that. If you guys have any other questions about classes or anything, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Oh, I will go ahead and say this. Not all classes, depending on your school and how big it is, you will have some lecture halls. So it can be about 200 kids in that class. So that's when you really need to sit up in front and pay attention. Another thing is, some classes are like only going to be like 10 kids. You know, it just all depends on your class that you're taking. And another advice I give is get to know your professors. Utilize their office hours, because during class, you're not really going to be able to ask questions because college is more high speed. You take advantage of their office hours. You email them to get your questions answered and all of that. So yeah, basically get to know your professors. Go and introduce yourself within the first week of school. Let them know, hey, my name is Renee. I'm in your class and I struggle with math. You know, I'm really going to need some extra help this semester. You know, and then also when the teachers see you're trying, what they can do in college, they can see you're trying. If your grade's like a C plus on the borderline of a B, they're going to go ahead and mark that up for you if you see they're trying. Not all professors, but a lot of professors do, and they really do care, and they really want you to pass their class. I don't believe any college professor really wants you to pass, wants you to fail their classes. Everyone wants you to pass. Nobody wants to see a failure in life, and you don't want to be a failure in life. So go ahead and ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask questions during class if you're allowed to, but I recommend always going to your teacher's office hours, emailing them, because they will email you back. Office hours, they have different ones depending on your teacher, depending on your class schedule, and all of that. So that is all my advice for picking classes. I'm going to have probably a couple more of these videos to go more into depth from my college experience video that I'll link down below, and then I'll do certain topics maybe once a week or so until my school starts. So do you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns? Any, what is it called? Like, requests. There you go. Then go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. And that's basically all. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Not Facebook. I don't use Facebook. Twitter and Instagram and all of that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And bye, guys.